So why I was attracted to energy healing, it reminds me music so much. It's energy reading is very similar, like listening to the music with hands. You just approach your hands to the body, and mm, my belief that each of us are very unique, and it's like unique musical instrument, and we all have, each of us has our own music.
Are you curious about discovering ways of making your life better? Then welcome to my podcast. I'm Bob Nickman, and this is The Exploding Human. Listen in while I talk with all kinds of people in the fields of personal growth, health and healing, alternative therapies, psychology, spirituality, environment, and the future. I'm looking for those answers that make life better for everyone. You'll meet cutting-edge practitioners, doctors, artists, filmmakers, business people, and those who have overcome challenges. The brave, the curious, anyone who's out there helping us humans to explore, expand, and explode. Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Bob Nickman. Thanks for listening in. That was Dr. Elena Shateni you heard there at the beginning. And she has a Russian accent because she is from that part of the world where she was a medical doctor. I guess she still is in that respect. She worked in hospitals and ambulatory care in Russia, but alongside of that, she became interested in a lot of Eastern medicine and some of the less conventional types of healing, some of them being energy work, and she's going to talk a little bit about that. And she's extremely open-minded and studied a lot of different modalities and disciplines over the years and has combined them in her work today. And one of the things she's going to be talking about is neuroplasticity. It's not the main thrust of the interview, but let me just explain what that is in the simplest way. It refers to the brain's ability to restructure itself. So that's something that's going to get mentioned a little bit. And let's just listen into this because it's kind of a wide-ranging talk about medicine and the pluses and minuses of Western and Eastern medicine and how she uses both in her practice. And here we go. This is Dr. Elena Shateni. Hi, Elena.
Hello.
Oh, that was very good English. Hello. You sound like a little Midwest blonde-haired girl running around the Kansas cornfield. Excellent. That's the most American accent I've ever heard you do. Hello.
You made me laugh. Thank you.
Very good. So you can hear, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. She is from Russia. From Georgia,
Russia, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big, vast 9 time zone area over there. In what used to be the Soviet Union. Now it's a bunch of other countries.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're here. And
thank you so much. It's an honor, and I really liked all your interviews. I enjoy listening to it. You're talented, definitely.
Well, I'll take a compliment. So
yes,
you've enjoyed my podcast.
Yes. And I'm looking forward to listen to it on YouTube.
I'm going to be doing that soon, so thank you for encouraging me. Why that never crossed my mind. I'm the worst promoter of myself.
Everybody does it.
That's probably why I'm a rebel.
Well, I'm good in advising about technology, but I'm in the same club.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Elena Shateni.
Yes.
Save you time to pronounce my last name.
Elena Shateni.
So I'm a doctor and I'm a healer, and I have solid, extensive background in both Western and Eastern medicine. I am a doctor with experience over 9 years working as a physician in hospital and ambulatory care.
That was in Russia.
In Moscow. Yeah.
In Moscow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have been practicing wide variety of Eastern medicine modalities, just to save
Yeah.
you.
So when you came here,
Yes.
uh,
No, 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 no. It's not when I came
oh,
here. I have been practicing Eastern medicine wide variety.
oh, even when you were there, but you were a what you would call a conventional medical doctor. You have that medical
Yes,
degree there.
even when I was in medical school, I was very attracted to alternative medicine. So, as you know, in medical school, you have to choose after general training, basic training in medicine. You have to choose your own place in medicine. So I chose to be a physician, but my passion for Eastern medicine was, always there. Eastern medicine was always part of my Western practice. So at some point, because I was encouraging by results I have from my treating my patient with Eastern modalities, I decided to take my own independent way to learn about health, which was a little bit radical at this time. Radical?
Yeah,
Yes.
radical is the
Radical.
correct word. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Out of the box.
yes, out of the box for sure. It's my style. So, you know, I am a doctor and I'm healer or whoever, but I like to take care of patients. That's one promise. The second promise, I don't like hospitals and I don't like to treat through Western medicine modalities. Even I love Western medicine very much and it's part of me. And, if something happened in acute condition and I'm there for only, for Western or genetic medicine or stem cells medicine, neuroplasticity. It's my passion. I love all this. But I was looking for non-invasive, holistic treatments for my patients. I believe that we are much more as a human as we know. Our ability to heal ourselves is fantastic. Western medicine is all about diseases and how to treat diseases. They even don't have definition of health. What is health? It's not absence of disease. No, it's more. Health is your ability to adjust to the change.
Mm.
It's fantastic. And I always combine it with Eastern medicine. And I saw good results from my patient when I combine it with Eastern medicine. So I start to investigate about it. So I visited different places, some countries, met different healers and from different Eastern cultures, and learn various healing technique of various alternative medicine. It was a lot. It was very, very intense.
What countries?
So I visited Hungary, mostly Eastern Europe, Hungary,
Yeah.
Hungary, Poland, and when I visit England, I met lots of healers from around the world, from India, by the way, from US, from Native American. Also, I visited in Russia a place where I met Siberian shaman.
A Siberian shaman.
Yes, woman.
I've never met one of those.
I've
met a woman before, but I've never met a Siberian shaman.
Shaman.
Uh,
Everything is
that
very exotic. Trust me.
It sounds amazing. Is that the woman that taught you about the energy?
I started to study energy healing from prominent an energy healer woman. She passed away a few years ago, And then I traveled to south of Russia, and in Hungary I met another energy healer, and they all work pretty much the same, pretty much from the same uh, mm, premises.
Well, okay, let's talk about what that is, because I know I've been a patient of yours, and you have told me things that are going on in my body.
Well,
Based,
you can tell what was happened to you. You've been a model in my class, yes.
I
And
was, yes, when you were teaching. Are you
yes,
still teaching?
yeah, from
Okay.
time to time, yeah.
Okay, so I went to Elena was teaching a class in this. We're calling it energy healing, but it's more than that.
Yes.
But she can't. One of the students brought me, and she kind of put her hands around the energy around my body, and told me that I had something going on with my knee, which I did. I had a meniscus issue going on, and I'd never met her before, so this was just. And then there was something else.
And it was my students. They do the same. So
yeah, and the students were doing it pretty well too. They were, but and so that was, and I was like, okay, well, I'm in.
You know what?
And then I came to you for some treatments, and yeah. And
so you know what? That's the point. Okay, I am in, because the point is results. To explain all these treatments, ancient treatments, very difficult, because the language of explanation of these treatments is very, very old. So if if I tell you it's a bad energy, like black energy, white energy, you will freak out with all this language. But I found now, thanks to neuroplasticity, I found better explanation, more civil, like in Western language.
Well, that's actually pretty valuable that you've got this, ancient type of healing, and it's explainable in these modern scientific terms, which makes people go, "Oh, then it must be okay," because it's not too out there in space.
It's for therapeutic reason, just calm down. So we all energy being, everything is energy, and you can feel this energy in different cultural tradition. It has name ki, chi, prana, subtle energy.
Rest.
So here's a popular Reiki energy healing tradition from Japan. So, and we manipulate with this energy, we feel this energy, manipulate, make it through certain manipulation, we make it stronger, we balance it, and this is health.
So you're, I want to simplify here. You are working with the person's energy, moving things around.
What things? Energy.
Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving
with
the
hand.
Yes, we're both moving our hands as we're talking, which you can't see unless unless you know things that I don't know. So you're moving your hands around. You're being involved with the other person's energy.
Why I attracted to it in the first place, because when I was 5 years old, I was accepted in musical school for playing violin for gifted children, and so I didn't have childhood. I had music, so I was
no childhood.
No, it was music intensive. So
right?
then I decided to.
You didn't go outside and run around ever?
I could not. I did not have time.
So it was that intense.
Yes. It was.
Did you have a very harsh Russian teacher that was screaming at you?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's lots. Well, I'm sorry for myself too. So at some point, I decided to be a doctor, and my mom was so upset, and this just break the violin, and I thought, no, it's expensive. I broke the bow. So
you broke your violin?
Yes, no bow.
Oh, the bow.
It's like bones. That was
How old were you?
12 years old.
Good for you. Good for you. I guess the estrogen was starting to kick in.
Yes, I
So,
believe so.
yeah, okay.
That was my beginning of my path toward medicine. I wanted to have humans in my work. So why I was attracted to energy healing, it reminds me music so much. It's energy reading is very similar, like listening to the music with hands. You just approach your hands to the body, and mm, my belief that each of us are very unique, and it's like unique musical instrument, and we all have, each of us has our own music. It's like energy set, and you just read this music. And when I study energy healing, I immediately adjusted according to my Western medical knowledge. So in traditional energy healing, they have chakra, energy field. In my energy healing, it was organs and disease and how, music change, how each organ feels. So I did a lot of homework to train my hands to feel each organ, it's how it feels and so on. And what it does it mean? When I worked in ambulatory care, I even start to diagnose people without touching my patient. The Russian, they did not afraid it.
They're not afraid of that.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Because here,
So
if you did that, they
yes,
go,
it's
what's
like,
wrong with
what's
her?
wrong with
I'm sure that still scares people.
Yes.
Like that's,
So I diagnosed, I told woman, oh, you have a cyst in your ovaries, and she checked through ultrasound, and she did. And it was like, oh my God, I did. Alternative treatment modalities, we try to access to healing power of the body. So, and it's not about knowledge, it's all about training. So execution is very, very important. It's an art and work. When you work, you want to, okay, I want this to sound like that. And you have to do some manipulation and so on. So I have even better explanation, like through, it's all about neuroplasticity. So each treatment modality has unique power to ignite specific neuronal pathway in our body, in nervous system.
Mhm.
So, and initiate through neuroplasticity, natural healing. That's it's. I did not invent it. I read it, through neuroscience. So, and it was like, thank you, thank you. I suffer all this time. I suffer. My Eastern brain was in conflict with my Western brain always. When I was among the doctors, I could say I'm a healer, and when I was among healers, I say I'm a doctor. It's like, and the conflict inside me. But it's now this realization is looking back what I was doing. I was just wanted to find solution to my patient problem, not through medicine, not through Western medicine. I wanted to do something. Well, I was musician, okay? So I wanted to involve probably my right brain and left brain together. They don't exist in nature, left and right. It's we who invented this. And also, I wanted to do something with my hands. Well, it sounds crazy. I played violin, yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to be conductor when I was, and then I decided to be a surgeon, And my mom was very upset. She found a woman surgeon in a ambulatory care, and she brought me, and she told, no, no, you can't do it. It's impossible. You will stuck in this, as a GP, checking patient. No, no, it will never happens. And then, booms! I found, I found a fantastic getaway with all my talents, let's say, that I can gather together and create something else.
If people are energy and music, basically, is what you're saying. Each person has a
Own
symphony
music.
inside them. Let's say it's and when
Your own music.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and you tune into that when you're working with them and feeling that, and you can tell when something is not quite right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say it's a bad note. It just doesn't fit the symphony. And your job is to alter that energy so that note, that person can bring the note to the correct pitch themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So you are facilitating the person to heal themselves rather than the Western view of mechanics, which is basically, this is not working, we're going to give it a pill to fix it or do surgery to fix it. And it's a very sort of simple, simplistic version of
Well, I would
not
not
understanding
say,
the
yeah,
entire...
I would not say it's simplistic, because it's Western medicine has their own science, and they want to mm, have access to the health of the patient through biochemical pathway. Now, one of my patients, she had gamma surgery. It's like super, super advanced. It's
What's it called?
gamma surgery.
Gamma.
Gamma. The alpha. It's radiation through.
Gamma. I would call it gamma rays.
Oh, it's
like
yeah.
radiation. Okay.
Don't ask me, because I could wrong, but it was very cool. It's it's only invasion through gamma ray.
Yeah, like X-ray type things.
Well,
It's
so
radiation surgery.
yeah,
I've never heard of that.
trigeminal nerve
Okay.
to access to certain point. She is, by the way, very, very exotic woman. So it's better to tell the story about her,
Okay.
because it's related to energy healing.
Great.
So she is my patient for a long time, and we do acupuncture, and I check her supplements. I made my research, find supplements, check by hand, by energy, how it works, blah, blah, blah. Then she visited her sister in Boston, and she took some kind of medication, which in combination gave her extreme allergy reaction. So she has vesicles all over the body. Vesicles, it's
Like welts?
it's when you burn. What call is?
Oh, like hives?
Yes. Okay. Let's say hives. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what was her condition that she was taking this medicine?
She has MS.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she took medication for the
So
MS.
she took wrong medication. It was from generic or whatever. So she ended up in the hospital in Harvard. So reputable hospital. Everything is fine. Yes. Do you know that they gave her treatment? Do you know who her therapist, her physician invited for a treatment? Reiki master. In
Really?
Harvard
That's good.
school. She told me, like, what? And she told, yes, and their insurance cover it. So, well,
I did not know that existed, that combination,
Mhm.
that insurance too. That's amazing.
Yes, yeah. Well, combination, I always combine everything here, and so, and also acupuncture, it's like needle, like strings. You put some music. Yeah, you try to adjust that kind of you. And I always check when I put needles in my patient. I always check energy of the needles. We are very very unique, and everything should be customized. That's another point. Western medicine doesn't customize. 1-3 times a day, you know what? every
Yes.
every supplement has the best timing when it affects the body.
Mm-hmm.
Other time it doesn't work. My English is understandable.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I understand everything, and I think whoever's listening
Thank
will
you.
understand. Well, I know you're nervous about that, but that's
Yes.
okay.
Somehow, when I start to rush, my thoughts are behind my English.
Do you think in Russian and then speak
No,
in English?
I don't think in Russian.
Okay, that stopped a while ago.
Mm-hmm. I actually don't think in any language. I study French now, so I guess.
Wow. So you're multilingual and you're multi-modalities.
I don't.
Well, let's gua sha. Is that how you say?
Gua sha.
Gua sha or
It's from Chinese medicine,
Oh,
but
it's
they use gua.
oh, it's gua. I thought it was gra.
Gua.
Okay.
Gua sha.
And that is basically taking an instrument.
Yeah, I have lots of
And what does it look like?
different
It's like a comb or something.
one. Yeah, it's from different material. You know, I have a tool from Vietnam. They from turtle shell. I have shark gua sha from ebony.
So it's made from animal.
Yes, some of the
tusks and
main.
things.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like
Thank
an
you.
antler or a tusk, like a yak.
Yes,
horn.
yes. And they have different purpose to reach certain places.
Okay, so you're rubbing. I just wanted people to know what it is. You're kind of the person's on their stomach, and you're rubbing their back with this instrument, and it's
Actually, you know,
vigorous rubbing.
I recently it was a very interesting book about gua sha, which confirm, to be honest, first time I did gua sha, not on the back,
Mm-hmm.
on the soft tissue. It was your wife, by the way.
That was the first time you ever did it.
Yeah. She told
thought
me,
you were like
I want to get rid of him. Just do it. And I told
Yeah,
you.
she likes that. She
Yeah.
liked it because it was very hard.
Yeah.
Intense.
So, and I told her you will be bruised, and she said, I don't care. It's like, but the good part to be a doctor, you learn all pretty much body, and you saw dead bodies a lot, you know, and not to mention. So you're not afraid of the body. You know what is here, what is there, you know. So besides back, you can do certain part of the.
So you're stimulating the energy in certain areas but you're actually making
stagnation.
contact.
It's stagnation. It's literally scrubbing with different tools over certain places of the body, not on the spine exactly, because on the spine it's the bone, it's a little bit too much, but around to stimulate all spinal nerves, which goes to different part of the body, as we know, and just to stagnation, posture, you know, certain pattern, emotional pattern living in the body. We just release this body. And also I like moving cups also. It's another. And I use different oils, venom, from animals like a snake or bee.
How come I never got any snake venom?
Because you don't like gua sha. You even don't like to.
No, it hurt when I
to
did
be
it.
on your stomach. Last time, do you remember you came and they told let's do it. It's like, I don't like it.
I didn't whine.
No, you just, it was like,
not for me.
Not your energy.
Because you have to turn your head one way or the other.
You have heading.
But putting your head through the hole in the end of the table doesn't feel good either. I guess maybe I might.
It's not. This is just not for you.
Not for me.
That's the health and treatments should be customized.
Yeah.
So even with curiosity,
But
it does not.
I want some snake venom. Can I sit in a chair?
Where do you want?
Only because I've never done it.
I have
that's all.
it. I have it here. I can give you some.
I need a-
Do you have knee? We can rub it in your knee.
I don't know.
Snake venom.
Do you have Cobra, or can I
It's-
order something
it's,
up?
Actually, it's medicinal.
Yeah.
Just ensure.
Well, the last
When-
time I talked to you, we got into this thing about this friend of yours that uses leeches for health.
Well, it's yeah. She's another practitioner
Yeah.
who uses
and
leeches.
and then they sell leeches in the pharmacies, and
Really, no?
didn't know in Russia.
In Russia, but they sell it somewhere here in one of the state. One of my patient, it was a long time ago. She came and she told, "I want to be treated with leeches," and I told, "I don't have leeches here." And she told, "No problem. I saw one state is sell it," and she order it and she receive it, and we put leeches.
Is that for stagnation also?
Hmm. Also, leech has in their fluids, they have heparin. It helps with varicose vein condition.
Now, my next question,
Okay.
because this has come up in several other podcasts, and I think it's something that we're becoming more aware of: the intelligence, the brain that is in the stomach, in the abdomen.
So it has a neuronal net
Okay.
which produce 95 or around 90% or 90+% of all serotonin and dopamine of the body. Can you imagine? It's happiness. It's happiness. It's serotonin makes you feel so good. Dopamine, you work out. It's like fantastic. So, and I decided it's very, very inspiring how to bring all this, serotonin, how to stimulate all this serotonin. And I found I believe it's Japanese school of needling, when you needle very superficially at certain point. I have a book actually. And I start to do this treatment, and one of my treatment patients call it happiness treatment, because you literally stimulate neuronal net on your abdomen to bring such a good stuff to your brain to feel good.
See, I always think serotonin is something only in the brain. That's what I was.
It is in the brain. It's working in the brain, but it's produced here.
Did not know that.
Can you imagine? Well, we did not know that till recently, actually.
That's why I didn't know it either. Because the people that learned it first didn't know it either until recently. But you always think of, you hear that certain drugs, release serotonin in the brain and you feel great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I didn't know it was manufactured down below. I guess it kind of makes sense.
Let's say, do you want to prevent disease?
Yes.
Do you want to maintain good maintenance for disease you already have, or you want to overcome diseases and live longer for that? So that's three
Different reasons.
different reasons.
Yeah.
So if you want to prevent disease, you still need to do something with your lifestyle. So not to eat sugar, for example, and refined carbo. This is no negotiation. So speaking, no, I'm serious.
Well, I actually go by that, but a lot of people don't.
Yes, I know. I know. But speaking about chocolate, it's supposed to be at least 70-80% of it's supposed to be dark chocolate.
Yeah.
And you have to
Cacao.
yes, and you have to take a look at percentage and also sugar content, how much sugar. And you have to admit if it has lecithin,
Lecithin?
yeah,
What does that do?
I don't know, it's like chemical which is not good for our
Oh,
body.
okay.
So food is not food anymore, to your consideration. So you have to cook at home. You have to buy from organic sources, but not
Ideally, yes.
yeah, ideally, but not to go to extreme, of course.
Yeah.
But eating chips, no,
Ugh.
awful.
Like driving around in a car, eating a bag of Cheetos and drinking Coke.
It's awful. By the way, the soft sugary drink is the most dangerous stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You're pretty good with your diet, I know. Yeah.
The only thing I drink is 1 cup of coffee in the morning, which
Coffee is totally fine. I
And-
drink too.
and a little tea and water. And that's it. I don't drink other things. I don't even drink fruit juice. And if I do, the
So
rare
full.
the rare time I drink it, I double the water. I make it.
Mm-hmm.
It's too sweet.
Unfortunately, first of all, fructose is not so healthy for your liver, and the second, unfortunately, all fruits now are so sugary, so it has high fructose level, highest. And what is dangerous, by the way, some people try to rationalize, oh, I eat because I need enzymes. Yes, makes sense. But also I eat because I need vitamin C, which is, not many people know it, that vitamin C compete with glucose for absorption. So if you take glucose from carbo, if you have in your system glucose, and you take vitamin C or eat some citrus fruits, for example, forget it. Expensive urine, and
Oh.
yeah, so that's why I'm very fascinating to read all these articles, new in Western science and everything. At the same time, I'm very unusual with alternative treatments I use, because it does not matter what the language all these treatments use. It's matter results. Okay. Results. Who cares? You can. We are addicted to, for example, you buy supplements and see the so beautiful picture with healthy something.
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
we
Fields
are
of wheat
usually,
and
yes,
people
that's
running
it.
around and jumping.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That's it. I'm addicted to this healthy stuff. And this one, with this weird language, I would rather, So we are stupid to a certain degree.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
I mean, people want to
not-
believe what they.
I'm not, exception. I'm stupid too. So, yeah, it's like group thinking.
I was intrigued by that Harvard treating that woman with Reiki, but are we actually getting more towards having the two things come together?
Well, I talked with her today. She actually reminded me about the story. And she believes that we are coming together. I'm not sure about it. Probably yes. It's compare what we had 20 years ago.
Yeah, I think so. I know, like
Probably.
UCLA has an east-west
Mhm.
section of their medical facility.
Actually, yes, I agree. Yeah, we are better. We are better. But
yeah.
it's still so tiring to make my case. Look at my results. Look at all these testimonials.
Yeah.
A few years, not few years, few years ago, I woke up a person from the coma. Okay, so 3 or 4 years ago, I had woman with lump in your throat, young woman, and she took my treatments, and but she was scheduled to do surgery, and before the surgery, they check tumor disappear.
Whoa.
And I have and I have testimonials. What else? You have
Wait, let's go back to the woman in the coma.
not woman, man.
Or the man in the
Man
coma.
in the coma, yeah. Man
Tell me
was
what
in-
that was. That's unbelievable.
This man was treated for a long time for severe pneumonia or bronchitis. Pneumonia, I believe it was pneumonia. At some point, he because of high fever or high infection, he went to the coma. I don't
Okay.
remember what
went
was
into a
it.
coma.
Yeah, and his infection was treated well. Everything was fine.
Okay.
But he still remained in coma. And his wife came to me and she asked to go to the hospital. Hospital is not allowed to do this stuff, okay?
Right. I was
So-
thinking, why would they let you in there to do it?
Nobody let me
Yeah.
in. It
Right.
was initiative of his wife.
Okay.
So I came there and she was staying and seeing that and asked nurse not to come. It's private matter. And we just put curtains and I work on him on energy. And next day he was fine. She told me that he is out. And they came to see me after that. They was very grateful, of course. And that's it. That case
Wow.
was like
So
she told these stories, people around. I told these stories people around, and that's it.
what did you, when you were working on him, what were you sensing? What was the feeling? What was the music that was going on that
Well,
needed to
actually-
adjust?
Actually, it's he's not the first person I work with coma.
Okay, so
The previous case was woman who went into the coma after she was Jewish, and she gave birth to triplets without C-section because her religion was not allowed.
ouch.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it was hidden bleeding. They did not recognize it, and then she went to coma.
Oh, so it was internal bleeding that they
Mhm,
didn't
mhm,
find. Okay.
I'm not a magician,
Mm-hmm.
so I do my job. My hands are trained enough, and I know what I'm doing. But
You're not God. Close.
yeah. I immediately just start to think, if I be a god, what should I do? Like, oh, interesting.
Well, I don't know. I think, I love that you're tapped into this and trained yourself. It's not just a gift. It's a gift with training.
It's gift with training, but I firmly believe that we can see beyond the seeing. We can touch without touching, and we can, in certain conditions, we can communicate without words. This is my beliefs, and I'm not arguing with anybody, but I know it. This is right. And I also, thanks to another neuroscientist who I respect a lot, her hypothesis, actually based on science, she tells that brain itself has lots of potential for evolution. It's not like we develop our brain and it's already has potential. We are just not good enough to reach it, not yet.
Well, I remember reading something a long time ago about the very small percentage of our brain that we actually use. It's not a huge...
Absolutely, it's awful. And by the way, 95 or 98% of the brain doesn't use words. Do you know that it's so unknown part? That's why I was attracted to this
Well, that makes...
treatments modality, because lots of unknown.
Well, I
like
know,
it.
and I think music reaches a lot of that part of the brain.
Totally
where
agree.
words
Totally
fall.
agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
It seems like when you're operating in that realm, that intuition is got to be a big part of that.
I agree. Every person who advance in something, he already has this intuition because he's doing the same things again and again and again, and that's the intuition based on the experience.
Yes. Well, I guess
In that sense, I agree.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. We agree on most things.
We agree.
What can we look forward to from you? Do you have anything you want to talk about that you haven't mentioned?
Well, in my work, I combine different kind of treatments.
Yes.
And I have lots of tools. So
You do.
It's screaming therapy, breathing technique, and acupuncture, energy treatment.
Leeches when necessary.
I don't. So I like it. Sometimes I even forget that I know something, and then some boom. So
Yeah, okay.
yes,
So you're open to anything that works. You're a results person, and that's what
actually, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
on the side of what works. I am
Mhm.
too. We
Yeah.
agree again.
Whatever.
Thanks, Elena.
Okay.
Okay.
So how people could reach me?
Oh,
I-
yes.
I don't-
That's what. Okay, I didn't know if
I
you
don't
want
have-
anybody to find you.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Yes. So I have email Dr. Elena Shateni.
Dr. for doctor,
Yes.
with no dot.
Elena.
Dr. Elena,
Shateni.
ELENA SHATENI.
Thank you at gmail.com.
So send her an email, and she'll get back to you. Very
Mhm.
efficient, I have to say. You are. You're very efficient. You always.
It's awful.
I think
Yeah.
it's.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I had fun, and I hope your listener will have fun.
Me too. I hope they do.
We try to, please.
We do. All right.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Big thanks to Dr. Elena Shateni once again. And thank you folks for listening in. Love having you come and check this thing out. And I've got a bunch of new episodes that I'm going to get to editing here in a minute. So come on back. Thank you.